I gazed at the custom-made welcome baby banner, wondering if the rose gold lettering was a typo. Lily had always leaned towards simpler aesthetics, yet my mother seemed determined to amplify every detail these days. The party planner's invoice in my hand served as a stark reminder of why I should have initially declined to orchestrate this baby shower. My name is Clara, and I've dedicated the past 15 years to demonstrating that professional achievement and family dedication aren't mutually exclusive. Spoiler alert, my mother remains unconvinced. They're running 20 minutes behind, announced Maya, the caterer, appearing beside me with her clipboard. Of course, I muttered. Glancing at my watch, I saw another work email demanding attention, though it could wait for the moment. Were the flower arrangements confirmed? I inquired. All set, Maya replied, but your mom called again. She's asking about rearranging the seating to bring Lily's college friends closer to the front. I closed my eyes, mentally counting to 10. The seating chart we had finalized 3 days prior, the one she had approved, that very chart. Maya gave my shoulder a reassuring squeeze. Want me to tell her no? I'll handle it, I sighed, retrieving my phone and dialing Mother's number. 1 ring, 2 rings. Clara, darling, Mother's voice dripped with honey, never a positive indicator. I was just considering the seating. Mother, we can't alter it now. The place cards are printed, and the tables are set. Lily specifically requested this arrangement. Lily approved it last week. My gaze drifted to the venue staff arranging crystal centerpieces, each likely costing more than my first car. Remember during the family dinner? Oh, you mean the dinner you departed early from for that conference call? I got interjected. There it was, the quintessential Eleanor Vance guilt trip, right on cue. That call secured the Thompson account, I stated, maintaining a leveled tone. It's contributing to paying for this shower you're attempting to micromanage. Always work with you, isn't it? She lamented dramatically. Your sister is having a baby, Clara. A baby? Would it be so detrimental to focus on family for once? The venue manager waved frantically across the room, another crisis to address. Mother, I must go. The seating remains as is. I ended the call before she could protest further. Problems? Maya inquired, already knowing the answer. Just the usual. Mother being mother. I straightened my blazer. Now what's amiss? The dessert table's lighting isn't ethereal enough, apparently. Maya rolled her eyes. Manager's having a full-blown meltdown. As we walked towards the commotion, my phone buzzed. Lily's text illuminated the screen. Mom says you're being difficult about the seating. Why can't you just help make my day perfect? Perfect, like the straight A's that were never quite sufficient. Like the promotion that signified nothing because I missed Sunday dinner. Like this $40,000 baby shower that somehow still fell short. The lights are fine, I stated firmly to the manager. If anything, we'll adjust the camera settings for photos. My phone buzzed again. This time, it was David, the family lawyer. Clara, your mother is on the other line about the venue contract. Something about last-minute alterations. I pinched the bridge of my nose. Inform her that any modifications now will incur significant extra charges. She says money isn't a concern. Of course not, I thought, it's not her money. I observed another delivery arriving, hand-painted party favors from Lily's favorite artist. Just stall her, please. We're mere hours from the event. We will, and Clara, David paused, you're doing a fantastic job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Ending the call, a familiar ache settled in my chest. The same ache from age 12 when Mother praised Lily's mediocre piano recital, yet missed my debate championship. The same twist of pain when she raved about Lily's art major, dismissing my business degree as cold and calculating. Hey, Maya's voice drew me back to the present. You okay? Fine, I replied, straightening the nearest place card. Just pondering why I persist in trying to prove myself to individuals who have already formed their conclusions about me. Because you're Clara, she said simply. You never surrender, even when perhaps you should. The caterers finally arrived, creating a welcome diversion as I guided them towards the kitchen. My phone buzzed one last time, a message from Aunt Carol, your mother's on the warpath. Brace yourself, dear, and remember, you are worth more than their approval. I surveyed the impeccably decorated venue, the myriad of small details I had meticulously orchestrated while simultaneously juggling client meetings and project deadlines. Within 4 hours, this room would be filled with guests, and my sister would have her flawless baby shower. And I would smile, nod, and feign indifference to their cutting remarks, as always. Because that's what dutiful daughters do, isn't it? The baby shower was in full swing when my phone vibrated for the 10th time. A client crisis demanded immediate resolution. Slipping behind a decorative screen, I attempted to keep my voice low. Yes, I understand the urgency, I whispered. I can review the contract within 20 minutes. Clara. Mother's voice sliced through the party chatter. What are you doing back there? I abruptly ended the call. Just checking on the gift arrangements, Mother. Always with that phone, she retorted, grasping my arm and steering me towards the crowd. Your sister is about to open presents. Surely your precious work can wait. Lily was seated in the ornate chair I had specifically ordered, surrounded by admiring guests. Her pregnant glow was enhanced by the professional lighting I had arranged, a detail no one would likely acknowledge. There you are, Lily's smile didn't quite reach her eyes. I was beginning to think you'd vanished. Just managing some details, I replied, taking my designated seat beside her, noticing my mother hovering nearby like a watchful hawk. Details, Mother sighed audibly enough for nearby guests to hear. That's all Clara ever thinks about these days. Numbers and contracts instead of family. A few guests shifted uncomfortably. I felt my cheeks flush but maintained my smile. Let's focus on the presents, shall we? Lily proceeded to open gift after gift, each met with appropriate oohs and ahs. I discreetly checked my phone, 3 missed calls from the client. Oh, this one's from Clara, Lily announced, lifting an elegantly wrapped package. My stomach tightened. I had spent weeks searching for the vintage silver rattle, identical to the one in our grandmother's baby photos. Lily tore through the paper, revealing the velvet box. Oh, it's nice. It's just like Grandma Rose's, I said quickly. Remember how she always told us about. Speaking of remembering, Mother interjected, remember when Clara missed Lily's college graduation because of a crucial meeting? Silence descended upon the room. Lily's husband, Daniel, shifted in his seat, avoiding eye contact. Mother, that was years ago, I said quietly. And I flew in the next day. And now here we are, Mother continued as if I hadn't spoken, at Lily's baby shower, and she can't even put her phone down for an hour. Eleanor and Carol warned from across the room. But Mother was on a roll. Do you know who arranged this entire shower? Lily joined in, her voice thick with hormonal tears. Mother did. While you were too busy with your important career to help. I stared at her, stunned. Lily, I literally planned every. Oh, sure, she sniffled. You wrote some checks, threw money at it, like you do with everything. But where were you for the actual planning? The late-night calls about color schemes? The menu tastings? I was on those calls, my voice rose despite my best efforts. I scheduled them around your timeline. Ladies, Daniel attempted to intervene, but Mother silenced him with a look that could freeze hell. Your sister is having a baby, Mother announced to the room at large. A miracle. A new life. But I suppose that's not as important as whatever's on that phone of yours. My phone buzzed yet again. The client was now threatening to terminate their account. I need to take this, I said, rising to my feet. It's important. More important than family. Lily's voice cracked. More important than me? The room was now deathly silent, every guest witnessing my public excoriation. You know what? I grabbed my purse. Yes, right now, this call is more important. Because unlike this shower, which I planned, paid for, and am apparently receiving zero credit for, this call actually matters to people who value my time and effort. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Mother's face turned a shade of purple. How dare you? She sputtered. After everything we've done for you. Everything you've done for me? I laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. Please, enlighten me. Was it the constant criticism? The comparisons to Lily? The guilt trips? Maya appeared at my elbow. Maybe we should step outside. No need. I straightened my spine, channeling every ounce of boardroom confidence I possessed. I'm leaving. Enjoy the shower, Lily. The venue is paid for until 7. Try not to let Mother convince you I ruined this too. I turned on my heel, walking steadily towards the exit, despite the trembling in my legs. Behind me, I heard Mother's theatrical sobs and Lily's hiccuping tears. Just before the door closed, I heard Aunt Carol's clear voice, "Well, Eleanor, I hope you're satisfied. You've finally done it." I reached my car before the tears finally came. But as I sat there, observing the venue staff scurrying around through the windows, a strange calm settled over me. My phone buzzed again, but this time, instead of anxiety, I felt something else stirring in my chest, resolve. I remained in my car for precisely 3 minutes before making the call. My hands had ceased shaking, replaced by an eerie steadiness I usually reserve for hostile takeovers. David, it's Clara. Remember that contingency plan we discussed? The one you said you'd never use? He sounded concerned. What happened in there? They finally pushed too far. I watched another delivery van arrive at the venue. I need you to execute Plan B. All of it. Clara, he hesitated, are you certain this is? They think I just write checks. David, I stated firmly, let's demonstrate exactly what that means. Hanging up, I immediately called Sarah, the venue manager. Yes, about those payment arrangements we discussed. Of course, Miss Vance. Everything is set up as requested. Should I? Yes, I affirmed, implement all changes effective immediately. My phone lit up with a text from Maya, holy. They're still at it. Lily's weeping about how you abandoned her special day. Your mom's holding court like a martyred queen. I smiled, typing back, give it 20 minutes. The next calls were to the catering company, followed by the bartender, the photographer, and the entertainment service. Each conversation was brief, professional, and devastating in its simplicity. Everything's in place, David texted. You're really doing this. They wanted to discuss money, I replied, so let's discuss money. Starting my car, I caught a glimpse of Aunt Carol hurrying out of the venue. She spotted me and rushed over. Rolling down my window, she asked, Clara, whatever you're planning, she began. I asked, how bad is it in there? She leaned against my car, sighing. Your mother's transformed it into a full Greek tragedy. Lily's convinced you've ruined her life. Daniel looks like he wants to disappear. Perfect. I checked my watch. In about 10 minutes, they'll have something genuinely substantial to cry about. What did you do? Nothing they haven't implicitly requested. I showed her my phone, scrolling through the emails. See? Mother always said I was good with numbers. Time to prove her right. Aunt Carol's eyes widened as she read. Oh my God, Clara. This is perfectly legal. Everything's in my name. All contracts, all arrangements. I started the engine. They wanted to discuss how I just throw money around? Well, now they can handle it themselves. Where are you going? The spa. I have a massage booked. I smiled. I did pay for it, after all. As I pulled away, I glimpsed the first signs of chaos through the venue's windows. Sarah would be making her announcements now. The open bar would suddenly require payment. The photographer would be packing up. The caterers would cease service. And the bills, every single itemized bill, would be distributed to the guests who had sat there smugly witnessing my humiliation. My phone erupted with notifications. Connecting it to the car's Bluetooth, I let the messages play through the speakers. Clara. What's happening? Lily's voice trembled. The venue says we need to pay. Delete. This is your mother. How dare. Delete. Hey, it's Daniel. Look, I know things got out of hand. Delete. A new text from Maya, OMFG. Your mom just tried to put everything on her credit card. Declined. Lily's friends are leaving. This is better than Netflix. I pulled into the spa parking lot, feeling lighter than I had in years. The receptionist greeted me with a warm smile. Welcome, Miss Vance. Your private relaxation suite is ready. Thank you. I handed her my phone. Could you hold on to this for me? I'm expecting some calls I'd rather not answer. Of course. Would you care to see our wine list? Yes, please. As I followed her to the suite, another text arrived from David. Bills are all distributed. Your mother is attempting to reach the venue owner. Should I intervene? No, I typed back. Let her try. Sometimes, lessons must be learned the hard way. Changing into the plush spa robe, I listened to the distant sound of waterfalls. My phone buzzed one final time before I surrendered it, a message from Aunt Carol, your mother's face when the bar tab arrived, worth every penny. But darling, was it worth burning the bridge? I pondered years of criticism, of diminishment, of being treated as an ATM while simultaneously being told I wasn't family-oriented enough. Some bridges, I replied, need to burn, so you can finally see what's on the other side. Then, I switched off my phone, ordered a glass of champagne, and prepared to savor every minute of my very expensive revenge. After all, I had written the check for it. The massage therapist's hands worked out 15 years of family-induced tension from my shoulders while my phone collected angry messages in the locker room. 2 hours of blissful silence, punctuated only by soft meditation music and the occasional sound of my own satisfied sighs. More pressure, Miss Vance? The therapist inquired. Perfect as is, I murmured, melting further into the table. Though, I might need an extra hour. Bad day. Actually, I corrected, it's turning out better than expected. Emerging from the treatment room, the receptionist offered a sympathetic look. Your phone has been quite active. 37 missed calls. I presume none were pleasant? The last one was rather loud. She handed me the device. Something about financial terrorism, I believe. I scrolled through the messages, each more frantic than the last. The final voicemail was from Mother, her voice shrill with panic. Clara Elizabeth Vance, you answer this phone right now. The venue is demanding payment for everything. Everything. Lily's friends had to pay for their own drinks. The photographer departed with all the photos. The caterers packed up the food. What have you done? Deleting it with a smile, I dialed Maya. You absolute legend, she answered, laughing. I wish you could have witnessed it. Your mother attempted to pull the "do you know who I am?" card with the venue manager. Sarah just kept presenting her with the contracts, all bearing your signature. How's Lily? Crying, obviously. But get this, her college friends bailed when they were stuck with the bar tab. Real friendship test, right there? I settled into the spa's relaxation lounge, accepting a glass of infused water. And Daniel? Actually handling it better than expected. He's been making calls, trying to sort things out. I overheard him telling Lily that maybe they'd been taking advantage of you. Interesting. I sipped my water. Any other casualties? Those designer cupcakes you ordered, the ones Mother boasted about arranging. They were packed up just as she was showing them off to her church friends. Beautiful timing. My phone buzzed with another incoming call. It's David. Hold on, Maya, I need to take this. Clara, David said without preamble, your mother is threatening legal action. For what? I paid for everything. Exactly. You paid, and you had every right to withdraw services. She's grasping at straws. Let her grasp. I examined my freshly manicured nails. What is the final damage? Well, between the remaining venue fees, the bar tabs, the photographer's cancellation fee, and the catering balance. Roughly $288,000, which they'll have to cover themselves. Your mother's credit cards are all maxed out. He cleared his throat. Lily's too. Not my problem. Daniel's been reasonable. He's offered to work out a payment plan. Decline it. I stood up, gathering my things. They wanted to handle everything without my money interfering. Let them. My phone buzzed again. Aunt Carol. You've created quite the scandal, she stated upon answering. Half the country club will be discussing this for months. Good. Perhaps they'll reconsider inviting my mother to plan their events. Lily's a mess, claims you've ruined her baby shower, memories lost forever. Better than letting her ruin the rest of my life. I signed my spa bill, adding a generous tip. How's Mother taking it? She's already calling everyone she knows for loans. No takers so far. Apparently, her credit history isn't as pristine as she pretends. I stepped out into the evening air, feeling refreshed and remarkably unburdened. Any regrets? Only that I didn't record it all. Aunt Carol chuckled. Though, I did manage to capture a lovely photograph of your mother's face when the bar tab arrived. Worth framing, really. My phone lit up with a text from Daniel. Can we talk? Just us. I think some apologies are overdue. Interesting timing, I muttered. What will you do now? Aunt Carol asked. I settled into my car, adjusting the mirror. In it, I saw a woman who finally appeared free. Now, I'm going home, ordering takeout, and relishing the silence. They wanted to discuss money? Well, now they can discuss it amongst themselves. And tomorrow? Tomorrow, I'll resume being the successful career woman they love to criticize. Only this time, they'll comprehend precisely what that signifies. As I drove home, my phone continued buzzing with messages and calls. Each one represented a person who had witnessed my humiliation but was now desperate for my assistance. Each one would remain unanswered. Because sometimes, the most effective revenge isn't simply about evening the score. It's about instructing people on the value of what they took for granted. And judging by the mounting bills in their hands, that lesson was just commencing. Monday morning dawned with 53 unread messages and 12 voicemails. Deleting them all, I walked into my office like any other day. My assistant, Sophia, greeted me with coffee and a knowing smile. Your mother called the office 6 times. Any other calls? The Thompson contract is signed. The merger meeting is at 2. She hesitated. Your sister's husband stopped by. Daniel was here. Said he wanted to discuss business. Sophia handed me a folder. I informed him you were in meetings all day. My office phone illuminated. Your mother again, Sophia announced. Let it ring. Maya burst through the door, coffee in hand. Tell me everything. How was the spa? Did you sleep well? Have you checked social media? One question at a time. I logged into my computer. The spa was perfect. I slept like a baby. And no, I'm avoiding social media. Oh, you shouldn't. She pulled out her phone. Your mom's church friends are having a meltdown in the community Facebook group. Apparently, you've destroyed the sanctity of baby showers forever. Tragic. Lily posted 3 crying selfies. The last one says, when your own sister betrays you on your special day. My phone buzzed. Aunt Carol. Your mother's holding an emergency family meeting tonight, she said without greeting. She's attempting to rally the troops against you. Good luck with that. I checked my calendar. Most of them owe me money too. Daniel's been asking questions about the business side of things. Has he? I pulled up my banking app. Interesting timing, considering Lily's credit card payment is due today. That's not all. Aunt Carol lowered her voice. Your mother's been calling everyone about refinancing her house. Maya, who had been scrolling through social media, looked up sharply. Oh my God, you have to see this. Lily's college friends posted about the tacky cash bar, and your mom went nuclear in the comments. My office phone lit up again. Your sister this time, Sophia's voice came through the intercom. Still in meetings. Aunt Carol sighed through the phone. Eleanor's threatening to write a letter to your board of directors about your unethical business practices. The board that I'm on. I laughed. The one that values my ability to manage multi-million-dollar deals? She's desperate, Aunt Carol paused. They all are. Good. I opened my email to find several messages from Daniel. Maybe now they'll understand what it feels like to be valued only for your financial contributions. Maya perched on my desk. Daniel's been commenting on your professional achievements on LinkedIn. Every single post. Trying to butter you up. More like damage control. His law firm's partners follow you. My phone buzzed with a text from David. Lily's attempting to dispute the venue charges on her credit card. Not going well for her. Your mother's calling again, Sophia announced. I pressed the intercom button. Sophia, hold all calls unless they are about the Thompson deal. And if Daniel comes by again, inform him my schedule is fully booked through next month. What about the family meeting tonight? Aunt Carol asked. I have a dinner with clients. I didn't, but they didn't need to know that. Besides, I thought, they needed to navigate this situation themselves. Eleanor is claiming you've turned your back on family. No, I corrected. I've turned my back on being their personal bank. There's a difference. Maya showed me her phone again. Lily's posted another update, when money matters more than family bonds. It has 3 crying emojis. Interesting how family bonds only matter when they require something from me. Sophia buzzed again. Your mother is on all 3 lines now. Time to get some actual work done. I stood up, straightening my blazer. Sophia, I'm heading to the Thompson meeting early. Forward all family calls to voicemail. And to the emergency meeting, and Carol, I added, tell them I'm busy throwing money at my career. That's what I'm good at, remember? Grabbing my portfolio, I walked towards the conference room. My phone lit up with a text from Daniel, we need to talk about Lily's credit score. Delete. Another from Mother, this behavior is unacceptable. We raised you better. Delete. One from Lily, the bank called about the venue payment. Please, Clara, we need help. Delete. Maya caught up with me at the elevator. You know they'll persist. Let them. I stepped inside, pressing the button for the executive floor. They wanted to discuss how I prioritize work over family. Well, now they can see precisely what that work provides. And if they offer apologies, they had better be substantial. The elevator doors closed on the chaos I'd left behind. Because this time, I wasn't going to pay their bills. The Thompson contract awaited upstairs, ready for finalization. Another multi-million-dollar deal that my family would never appreciate until now, when they desperately required the money it represented. Funny how karma operates sometimes. 3 days of silence transformed into a week. Well, silence from my end. My family's increasingly desperate attempts at contact grew more inventive with each passing day. Mother even resorted to sending a singing telegram to my office. You have to admit, that was a bold move, Maya conceded over lunch. Though, the singer appeared rather uncomfortable delivering a guilt trip ballad in your lobby. Sophia recorded it. I picked at my salad. The board found it quite amusing. Speaking of bold moves, she slid her phone across the table. Check your aunt's latest update. The photo displayed my mother standing outside my childhood home, next to a for sale sign. The caption read, "Sometimes, pride costs more than money." Subtle, I muttered. Daniel's been inquiring about job openings at other firms, Maya continued. Apparently, his partners are less than thrilled about the baby shower drama reaching their clients. My phone lit up. David calling. Your mother is here in my office, he stated without preamble. With Lily. And they wish to discuss payment plans for the shower expenses. Lily's crying about credit impacts. Not my problem, Clara. He lowered his voice. They're desperate. Your mother is mentioning bankruptcy. Funny how money matters now. A text arrived from Aunt Carol. Eleanor is selling her antique collection. The one she always asserted you weren't refined enough to inherit. Inform them I'm in meetings, I instructed David. They've been here for 3 hours. Then they can depart 3 hours wiser. I ended the call just as Sophia buzzed my office phone. Daniel is here again. He says it's urgent. For the first time in a week, I hesitated. Send him in. Daniel appeared different, tired, disheveled, less like the polished lawyer who had watched silently during my humiliation. 2 minutes, I said before he could speak. Lily is a mess, he began, remaining standing. Your mother is selling everything. Our credit is ruined. I'm likely losing my partnership track. Sounds like consequences. Look, he ran a hand through his hair, I know we messed up. I should have spoken up at the shower. We all took you for granted. That's one way to phrase it. Lily is experiencing panic attacks about the baby's nursery. We can't secure approval for any new credit cards. Still not hearing a point. He pulled out his phone, displaying a photo of Lily curled up on their couch, clearly distraught. She's your sister, Clara. Whatever happened? I stood up. You mean when they publicly humiliated me? When they dismissed years of support? When they labeled me cold and calculating while happily spending my money? We were wrong. No, you were comfortable taking and taking, while giving nothing but criticism in return. I walked to the window. How's that working out for you? The baby is due in 4 months. I'm aware. The crib I ordered arrived yesterday. I cancelled the delivery. His phone buzzed. Lily calling. He ignored it. Your mother's house is in pre-foreclosure, he said quietly. She has options. She could sell her designer handbags, or her vacation timeshare, or perhaps call all those real family people she loves to compare me to. Clara, please. Please what, Daniel? Bail them out? Write another check. Revert to being the family ATM they can criticize between withdrawals? Sophia buzzed again. Your mother and sister, they just arrived in the lobby. Tell security not to permit them upstairs. Daniel stepped closer. They're sorry. No, they're broke. There's a difference. Then what do you want? What will it take to rectify this? I turned to face him fully. Rectify what, exactly? The relationship they never valued? The support they took for granted? The success they resented? His phone buzzed again. Mother this time. You should go, I said. Sounds like they need you. They need you. No. They need my money. And for the first time, they're realizing those aren't synonymous. He moved towards the door, then paused. For what it's worth, I always admired your drive, your success. Lily was envious. Your mother was threatened. And now they're simply afraid of losing more than money. After he left, I watched through my office window as he joined Mother and Lily in the parking lot. They huddled together, likely plotting their next attempt at reconciliation. My phone buzzed with a text from Aunt Carol. They're breaking, dear. Question is, are you ready for what happens when they do? I didn't reply. Instead, I accessed the baby boutique website where Lily had registered. The silver rattle she had dismissed sat in my cart, along with every other item on her wish list. One click would resolve all their immediate financial pressures. I closed the browser. Some lessons cost more than money, and this one wasn't finished teaching yet. The knock on my apartment door came at precisely 9 p.m., 2 weeks after the baby shower. I knew who it was before even checking the peephole. Lily stood there alone, without makeup, wearing the ratty college sweatshirt she had always refused to discard. You look terrible, I said, opening the door. Can I come in? I stepped aside, noticing how protectively she cradled her baby bump. She settled onto my couch, appearing small against the modern furniture she had once labeled soulless. Mom doesn't know I'm here, she said quietly. Of course, she does. She's probably waiting in the car. No. I mean it. Lily met my gaze. I took an Uber. Daniel's at a partner meeting, attempting to salvage his job. I remained standing. What do you want, Lily? I found the receipts, her voice cracked. For the shower. All of them. Mom had discarded them, but I needed to know. And $47,000. She wiped her eyes. Not including the gifts you purchased, the ones you spent months selecting. Is this the part where I'm supposed to feel appreciated because you finally looked at the price tag? No. She touched her stomach. This is the part where I tell you I'm scared. Really scared. We can't afford anything for the baby. My credit cards are maxed. Daniel's firm is placing him on probation. Mom's losing the house. Sounds rough. I deserve that. She pulled out her phone. But look at this. Really look. She showed me photos from the shower, taken before everything unraveled. The details I had obsessed over were evident in every shot, the custom lighting that made everyone look flawless, the hand-calligraphed place cards, the meticulously arranged flowers. You did all this, she whispered, while closing the Thompson deal, while handling the merger, while I complained about you not being present for tastings. Your point. My point is, she struggled to stand, her pregnant belly making it awkward. I was jealous. Always have been. You made everything appear so effortless, your career, your success, even throwing the perfect baby shower seemed effortless for you. It wasn't. I recognize that now. She walked to my window, gazing at the city lights. Mom's a mess. She's lost everything, her status, her credit, her reputation. The country club actually revoked her membership. Tragic. She deserved it. Lily turned back to me. We all did. We treated you like a bank while acting as if you weren't good enough for the family. The same family you've been supporting for years. My phone buzzed. Aunt Carol. Lily finally made a move. How's it progressing? Why are you here? I asked Lily directly. Because I'm having a baby. Her hand rested on her bump. A little girl. And I don't want her growing up believing it's acceptable to treat people the way we treated you. I don't want her learning that success should be penalized, or that money is more important than honesty. Pretty words. I'm not soliciting money, she stepped closer. I'm asking for a chance to be a better sister, a better mother to my daughter. I'm asking if it's too late to start over. And mother. She'll have to find her own way back, if there even is one. I studied her face, the dark circles under her eyes, the worry lines that hadn't been there before. The silver rattle, I said suddenly. What? The shower gift you dismissed. Do you know why I chose it? She shook her head. Grandma Rose used it to soothe us both when we were babies. Remember how she'd narrate that story about how it was the only thing that would calm you down during thunderstorms? Lily's eyes welled with tears. I didn't even examine it properly. I was too preoccupied with attempting to hurt you. Well, it worked. I'm so sorry, Clara, she reached for my hand. For everything. For years of everything. I allowed her to hold my hand for a moment before pulling away. Sorry doesn't rectify credit scores. I know. She moved towards the door. But maybe it's a start. As she reached for the handle, I spoke. The rattle's still in my closet. She turned, hope flickering across her face. I'm not saying I forgive you, I continued, but maybe we can discuss the baby. About starting over. Really? Don't make me regret it. She nodded, tears now flowing freely. Thank you. After she departed, I texted Aunt Carol, Lily just left. She came alone. And maybe there's hope for one bridge not to burn completely. What about Eleanor? I glanced at the family photo still on my shelf, taken years ago when success meant nothing and family meant everything. Some bridges, I typed back, need to remain ashes. The silver rattle caught the morning light as my niece's tiny fingers wrapped around it. She possessed her mother's eyes, but thankfully, none of her temperament. She hasn't cried once since you presented it to her, Lily said from the hospital bed. The nurses are astounded. Grandma Rose was right. Magic rattle, I adjusted the baby's blanket. Daniel entered with coffee, looking more relaxed than he had in months. His firm had retained him after he had taken full accountability for his part in the baby shower incident. Humility, apparently, went a considerable distance. Your mother's in the lobby, he said quietly. Again. Lily groaned. Did you tell her? Security is keeping her there. He handed me a cup. Your call, Clara. My phone buzzed. Aunt Carol. Eleanor is creating quite a scene downstairs. Something about grandmother's rights. Let her create it, I replied, watching my niece drift to sleep. The past 3 months had been a study in consequences. Mother had indeed lost her house, relocating to a small apartment that horrified her social circle. Lily and Daniel had commenced marriage counseling, addressing the damage that financial strain and family dysfunction had inflicted. And I had learned to establish boundaries. The trust funds are established, I informed Lily, placing my coffee down, but the conditions remain. She nodded. No contact with mother until she completes therapy. No access to the money without financial counseling first. And we maintain separate holidays. She smiled sadly. No more forced family gatherings. The baby stirred, making those tiny noises that newborns do. Daniel captured a photo, then showed his phone, mother pacing in the lobby, gesturing wildly at hospital staff. She'll never change, Lily said softly. No, I agreed, but we did. My phone lit up with messages from the family group chat I had never left. Cousin Emily, Eleanor is posting about being banned from meeting her granddaughter. Should we inform her that's not how restraining orders operate? Uncle Peter, maybe she should have considered that before threatening Clara at her office. Aunt Carol, the therapy appointments are prepaid. She's choosing not to attend. I muted the chat and focused on the baby. She had Lily's nose, Daniel's chin, and hopefully, none of the family's talent for emotional manipulation. I've been contemplating, Lily said, adjusting her position, about names. Please tell me you're not still considering Eleanor Jr.? No. She exchanged glances with Daniel. We were thinking Margaret. After Grandma. The rattle clinked softly as the baby moved. She'd like that, I said finally. And Lily hesitated. We want you to be godmother. You sure? I might be too preoccupied with my cold, calculating career. That's precisely why we want you. Daniel sat on the bed's edge. Someone needs to teach her that success isn't a character flaw. A commotion outside drew our attention. Mother's voice carried through the door. I demand to see my granddaughter. Security responded quickly. Through the window, we watched them escort her out, her designer knockoff bag swinging wildly as she protested. You know what's truly sad? Lily cradled little Margaret closer. She could be here right now. All she had to do was seek help. Some people prioritize their pride over their peace. I picked up the rattle, its silver surface reflecting our small group. But that's no longer our concern. My phone buzzed one last time. David. Eleanor is threatening to contest the restraining order again. Let her, I typed back. Some battles aren't worth winning when you've already won the war. Lily touched my arm. Thank you. Not just for the trust fund, or the baby stuff. For giving me a chance to be better. Us, Daniel corrected. A chance for us to be better. Little Margaret yawned, completely oblivious to the family drama swirling around her. She would grow up knowing a different kind of love, one that didn't come with price tags or conditions. Want to hold her again? Lily asked. I took my niece, feeling her warm weight settle against my chest. The rattle chimed softly as I rocked her. You know, I said, Grandma Rose used to say something about family. That it's not about who's blood and who isn't. It's about who stays when the money's gone and the masks come off. Sounds wise, Daniel said. She was. I watched Margaret's eyes flutter closed. And she'd be proud of us. Not for the success or the money, but for finally learning what real family means. Outside, Mother's car peeled away from the hospital parking lot, leaving only tire marks and wounded pride behind. But inside this room, with the silver rattle catching sunlight and new beginnings taking shape, we possessed everything we truly needed. Sometimes, the family you choose is superior to the family you are born into. And sometimes, the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's living well, loving better, and letting go.